I don't ever start someone, even my strongest clients, I'm not going to start them on a mat for these. I want to bring them up higher because I don't want them to just focus on like their abs doing the work. I want to get them deeper into their pelvic floor deep core in a way that they never have because they've never thought about how can I break down a simple pike to a plank movement and make it so much more effective for my body. Hey everyone, I'm Erica Zeal, creator of Core Athletica instructor training courses and my core rehab program. So today I want to break down how to do pike to planks. It's a favorite exercise of mine. I think it feels so good on your body and it really is amazing to help you fascially connect from your toes through your pelvic floor all the way through the top of your head. Now I like to share modifications, and again, just remember when we're modifying something, it doesn't mean it makes it quote easier. It really to me means that it can make it more effective for your body or your clients' bodies. So I like to start with a chair, and sometimes I actually need to have my clients start up a little bit higher. So I will show it on a chair, but just know when I give homework to my clients, a lot of times I'll tell them, do this at a countertop. I do these at a countertop. It just feels so good. It's a really great way to like wake up that pelvic floor deep core every day. And I think this is one of those staple moves that you can do on a regular daily basis to help you just be feeling so good. So when we start this with the chair, now, when we do this, again, if you've got someone that has wrist issues, I would always bring them up a little bit higher. That's why I like a countertop level. It can be really good because, again, a lot of my clients are doing some homework exercises in their house. So when I start these, walk on back, and what I want you to think about is you're pulling your chest forward, but we're pulling our sits bones back at the same time. And I know that's a weird cue because clients are like, wait, you want me to pull my chest forward and my butt back? Like, how do I do that? So basically what I want to try to avoid is I want to avoid this happening and this happening. Okay, so we're trying to lengthen our spine out without dumping into our lower back. So that's what we want to really strengthen that deep core for. So I'm up on my toes. Now you can also bring your feet together, which I tend to prefer that a little bit. I feel like it helps people connect like all the way up through their midline. Now, if you notice, if you drop your heels down, which you can absolutely do to start with, kind of stretch that back line. When you lift your heels, you're gonna feel your pelvic floor lower belly activate just a little bit more. Now, when we're activating pelvic floor deep core, it's not about activating more, it's about going deeper. So sometimes gentler can actually go deeper. So heels go down. Now what we want to think about is coming up to those toes. So feel those toes working. Again, yes, do this barefoot. You won't feel it the same if you just do it in your shoes. Then lengthen through the top of your head. Then we want to fire those quads and we're going to round our spine as we come forward into a plank position. Now, when we're here, feel like you're pulling up out of those wrists because a lot of people would put too much compression into their wrists. So we want to think about that fascial connection of our spread those hands, those fingers, feel like you're pulling up away from your palms and push up between those shoulder blades without doing this. Okay, and then think about kind of wrapping around those ribs, firing those quads. So watch that you're not down here like this. We want to be up here like this. I'd rather have you err on the higher side than too low. Then when we go back, think about pulling your ribs up towards the sky and back. And then, again, chest is forward, sits bones are back. Exhale, we round our spine and go forward into that nice plank position. Lengthen your spine, and then think about pulling up and back. So I want you with your breathing, it's exhale, rounding up and forward to pause. Inhale, up and back to lengthen. So notice my range may not be as much as we might think we want, but a lot of times when we decrease our range of motion, we start to feel it so much deeper into our body, which means we can get stronger faster. Rounding up and forward, and then up and back. So just really like this one for your spine, getting into that pelvic floor, lower belly, waking just everything up here. And then I always like to finish back into a pike. Weight is back into the toes, so I could like almost lift my hands off. I have very little weight in my hands here, and then walk on in. So a couple things to just mention about our pike to planks. Again, I don't ever start someone, even my strongest clients, most athletic clients, I'm not going to start them on a mat for these. I want to bring them up higher because I don't want them to just focus on like their abs doing the work. I want to get them deeper into their pelvic floor deep core, waking up all that fascial tissue, getting them moving their body in a way and articulating their spine and finding that space between their sits bones and elongating in a way that they never have because they've never thought about how can I break down a simple pike to a plank movement and make it so much more effective for my body. For more information, you guys, head on over to my website, ericazeal.com. See you guys again soon.